Yo, we're live. Welcome to the Diren Kartal.
Guys, today I'm with Mr. Wayne Bridge. What's going on?
Not a lot, mate. Chilling.
As you can tell, I'm like really casual with this shit.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? I'm like,
that's the best way.
I don't know, like, and I think I was telling you earlier, like this, like for me is not like, I don't make money off this.
Yeah.
So I don't give a fuck.
Most people don't make money off podcasts.
Mate.
So it's what the benefits you get from doing it, I guess.
I
So you're making money off the back of it somehow.
Make sure www.direnkartal.com. But like now podcasts are like, I don't know if you noticed, but
it's like radio, right?
Yeah, but it's blowing up. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. You know who Rogan is? Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
And like, for example, he signed with Spotify for like over 100 million or something like that. He's like the biggest podcaster in the world.
Yeah.
Right. And now everyone's jumping on, and when everyone does, they do sponsors. Like, for example, if I was to have a sponsorship for this or something, it'll be like, this episode is sponsored by Diren Kartal.
And then you could pay me for being there.
yeah. Then I could pay you for being there. Then I could pay you for being.
Invite me back when you get sponsorship.
Are you doing any work at the minute?
No, not really.
Yeah, that's because you got enough, big man. That's because you got enough, innit?
You could always have more, I guess. Did you know what I mean? It depends what you call work.
Yeah, that's true. What
I mean?
would you call work?
I would like to think I finish work. Do you know what I mean? Because if something comes along and I have an opportunity to do something, like, for instance, would you call going on, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here, or going to SAS Who Dares Wins, do you call it work because you get paid? But for me, you can't call that work.
No, okay, but that's why you do it, right? Because you enjoy it.
I enjoy it. Yeah. Like everything I do is like a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
You know, there's the social media side of things.
You don't give a fuck.
I get it. I do get it, but I'm no good at it because I don't wake up in the morning and think I'm going to chat to my followers, and I like to.
Basically, you don't do what I do.
Be bothered. I can't be bothered, and I think it takes time, doesn't it? You get into it. Like there's a spell where I did like a month of doing stuff, and then you get approached by brands.
Yeah,
and then I notice when I stop, and then no one wants to know me. But my missus is good at it. She's always on it. She's good at it. I'm not. I just haven't really jumped into it full on. Sometimes I joke that we should do like a family YouTube channel, but
that would. People would watch it.
Could be boring.
People would watch it. I don't know.
They might do. Yeah.
Would
I might.
How old are you now? 40.
41.
41. But
old,
like,
isn't it?
Not old, but like when you were peak doing what you were doing and social media, like you wouldn't have thought like back in your day, like people could make money off social media, right? So it's like it's a totally different.
It's mad, isn't it? It's
like
I don't really listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
I'm totally honest.
Yeah.
I'll see like 2-minute clips if I'm scrolling or something on Instagram, or I'm bored, I have a little 2 minutes on TikTok, but I'm not someone who will sit there and scroll for ages.
Yeah.
I don't listen to podcasts, don't really read. And it's mainly because I'd rather just be doing something. So
yeah, but you're present in the moment.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. It's like someone's, like Bitcoin or crypto or NFTs. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
And my mate said, get in NFTs, and he sent me a video an hour long, and I went, mate, send me a 2-minute clip or something. You sent me something an hour. I've got kids. My missus is away. When am I going to watch this?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't.
But don't you think also people like do those things because I don't know which one of your mates sent you this, and no offense to them, but like they've got kind of maybe nothing to do, therefore trying to attach themselves into like something. Because I don't understand all that shit.
I think it's just money. I think kind of people want to make money. It's like people who are probably investing in crypto now are probably thinking, my God, I wish I invested in it 5 years ago, because you hear all these stories, and I don't know how true these stories are. There obviously are people that have made loads of money from it, but I think it comes down to money, and people just want them to make money easy.
That's true, but I also think they've just fucking created that. Whoever's created that has got all the big people to talk about it so much. Everyone buys into it. Their value in everything they've invested in goes ridiculously high. And then you got all these fucking people that don't understand trying to invest in something they don't understand, because everyone's going, you should invest into fucking crypto. And then that's it.
I tell you what, with crypto, I kind of I can kind of get it a little bit because I feel like it's the way the world could end up going.
Yeah.
Because no one wants. I feel like
Cash is good.
my mind can be swayed quite easily because I don't know enough about it. But I feel like no one wants cash around. I feel like a government wouldn't want cash around. It's easier to keep an eye on people. But then I'm hearing it's not as hard to keep an eye on crypto. So I don't really understand it. But I feel like it could go that way that there's no cash anymore. But NFTs, I'm like, people talking about digital art. Sorry, but I just don't get why would you have a piece of digital art? I just don't get it.
Neither do I. Well, to be honest, like I do appreciate artistic people and I love people that create art.
I love art,
people,
love art.
But I don't understand. Like I don't understand how you can value something because you see pieces of art that are worth millions of pounds, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, how the fuck does this get valued? Who values this? Why is it so expensive?
I just think it's rich people that are going to pay for it.
Yeah,
they just outbid each other.
Yeah.
I love art. I've got some art. I do like art, but I've not gone crazy on art because
Have you invested in art? Like, have you?
But I've invested in art as in terms I've got some art on my wall, but I'm thinking my kids could draw on it at some stage and wreck it. So I'm not one of them that's going to have a few £100,000 on my wall or anything like that.
Is it high up so they don't touch it?
High enough at the moment, yeah.
At the moment. At the moment.
Yeah.
At the moment. How old are they?
6 and 8.
And you're looking after them alone right now?
Right now, yeah. Well, look, mum and dad live with us, so...
Oh, that's good.
But I'm very hands-on. Like, I'd rather ask them to help if I want to go and do something. So I'm not like, get them ready for school and give them breakfast. I'd do it all myself, get them to school. And
I can see you're very engaged, like on socials, through socials. I feel like a lot of the stuff that you do post on socials is very family stuff.
Yeah, it is family stuff. I probably don't post enough in terms of if you want to build your social following.
Yeah.
Like my missus does. But yeah, it's all family stuff. And I'm always in the moment, and it's weird. I don't always have my phone out. So like you said, if you're in the moment, you don't have your phone out all the time. And I don't feel like I can rewind time and go, kids, can we just do that again? Social media.
Yeah, I don't do that either. yeah. Wait, say that again, James. Say that again. 3, 2, 1.
You do that.
Sometimes. wait. Or because like
your content's good though. It's good.
The thing is, like me and James, we spend so much time together. When I see him, I can see how his brain's working.
Yeah.
I could see like what he's about to do. I'm like, wait. Or I just grab my phone out just before he does it or something like that.
But the thing is, it's never what is it one take or is it a few takes or is it just you just nail it straight away?
Always one take. We don't.
One take.
And I think that's why people like I guess enjoy our content because we're not.
I guess 'cause it
fake.
doesn't matter. It goes, does it?
Doesn't matter. Like we don't give a fuck. And I think we should be with that mentality.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah.
Like when I was playing football, I cared so much that I knew I couldn't make it. I cared too much. Do you know what I mean? I played non-league. I played in Turkey a little bit, but I was like, I'm not going to make it. I care too much about what the fucking coach thinks. I didn't have the confidence that I do now with what I do now. So I was like, it's not going to happen. So now when I do everything, I'm just like,
you probably still make it.
Nah. But like, it depends on the personality.
I reckon there's a lot of footballers out there that suffer with confidence issues that make it still.
Did you ever suffer with that?
A little bit, yeah.
On the pitch?
I wouldn't say so on the pitch, but obviously before games and stuff. But I feel like once I got on the pitch,
you were an animal.
I was okay. Bro. No, I was fit.
But you were an animal. Yeah.
That was just part of my game, though, really.
Yeah.
Just from a young age. Like, I always worked hard in the gym, always trained hard.
Yeah.
I'd always be running from teenage years. Once I got signed by Southampton, I'd always be in the gym, always working hard, that aspect. So I was always quite one of the physically stronger ones and probably quick ones. Not the strongest, obviously, like some of the centre backs, but I'm strong.
No, but because you got a build on you, bruv.
I got a bit bigger, like.
When I gave you a hug, I was like, I can feel his lats. I can feel his back.
I'm a bit bigger than what I used to be. I stopped weighing myself, but I was playing at 80 kilos, anywhere between 78, 82 kilos around there. Most of my
85 to 90, maybe?
Matt, I won't weigh myself, I got done a bit of boxing afterwards where it was all weight engaged, but I don't know if it's because I was getting close to 40 that I eat what I want to eat and
you're enjoying life.
The scale's just doing my head in a little bit, so I just haven't weighed myself. So
but you're enjoying your life.
Yeah.
I think what a lot of people don't realise is, and I've got a lot of mates that are footballers, it's a lot of fucking time. So when you retire, you deserve to enjoy that part of your life, right? Because I think a lot of times when like a lot of people growing up, they look at footballers and they look at the money that they earn, or they look at their lifestyle. And when I mean lifestyle, they probably look at cars that they drive and houses that they live in. But there are a lot of footballers that are not happy, right?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people in the world that aren't happy in certain things they
Yeah.
do, though, right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Do you reckon people underestimate the work that is put in to become a professional footballer, especially during the career as well? Because there's a lot of pressure, right?
I think so. There's obviously a lot of players that have a natural ability,
Yeah.
and that natural ability can go to waste sometimes. They just waste it and they don't make it. You've got to have the mentality, I think.
Yeah.
I think times have changed, obviously, when it does, and obviously money goes up and up and up, and it keeps going that way.
Yeah.
I've lost my trail of thought now.
No, you're right. But would you, do you reckon, how different do you think it is when like you started and when you were playing to now, like social media and shit?
Yeah, I think that's the main thing. 'Cause you say enjoying yourself. I definitely enjoyed myself while I was playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like obviously when I started, the era, the 1990s, I was near the end of it. There was drinking culture in the game.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, there was, the stories I hear about Ray Parler and the Arsenal crew, and, even at Southampton when I first started, it seemed like you'd go out after a game as a team. There would be some lads that would carry that onto Sunday. You train Monday, Tuesday, you go out Tuesday, day off Wednesday, light training Thursday, Friday play. So some players having 2-3 nights out a week in the early days. Now, if social media's around them days, whew,
game over.
with what papers were like, there'd be a story. There'd be tons of stories, I would have thought.
Because in the papers, when someone caught something, all eyes were on that. Whereas now there's so much happening on social media.
Yeah.
People are, players are even scared to even make it obvious they're a footballer sometimes.
Yeah. I loved it the year that I played in.
Yeah.
There was, it was the social media just wasn't there, and you could go out and enjoy it. So I feel like now the players, they have to be very, very. You have to be careful. They have to be very, very careful.
Yeah.
There's a camera phone everywhere.
There is, yeah.
It's crazy. It's
so
like
you're glad your career was then instead of now?
100%. I hear Matt Letizia talk about it, and he obviously missed out on loads of money because obviously one of the best players in the world, and the money, it didn't really take off when he was playing.
Yeah.
I hear him say he wouldn't have been able to do it. He said, I enjoyed my time when it was. I'm not bothered about being in this era. You earn a bit more money because the life they have to live, it's social media. They're just, it's like a spotlight on them constantly.
Constantly, yeah.
It's like I watched Oasis Nebworth the other day.
Yeah.
And it was mad that they said, look, there was not one person had a camera videoing the concert. You go now, every person's got a phone in there. It's crazy.
Yeah. I find I do it myself as well, where like...
Hey, we all do.
Like you're trying to... I should just really put my phone away and enjoy the moment with the people that you're with and create those memories in your head.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why when I'm actually with people, with my friends or hanging out with a girl or whatever, I'm like, if this person can like kind of make me not be on my phone, that means I'm really enjoying their company. Yeah. And I'm like so happy and I appreciate that so much.
But then don't you feel under pressure if they're on the phone? Oh no, I'm so boring.
I'll make sure that don't happen, big man. You were like that on the pitch. I'm like that with people.
It's bad. It's bad. You look around, they're just constantly on it.
Constantly.
Bad, yeah.
Do you find that do you see like your kids got iPads and stuff?
Yeah.
And do you find that you have to like pull them away from that at all? Or
we find we have to. Whether we do it or not is another question. I think we go through spells.
Okay.
Definitely go through spells, and you see the difference when they have a time limit on when they're on it. But it's, we were one of them parents, they're never going to have an iPad, go out to a restaurant. I'm easy life. Like, have your iPad. It's easy. Frank put a post up before and a few people had something to say about it. But mate, honestly, it's the way the world goes. We all made it that way. Like the way social media, YouTube is, everything kind of going that way. And I feel like it's definitely an older generation that probably frown up on it more.
Yeah.
And, look, everyone's different. Everyone has different values. Everyone thinks a bit different. So I just think you just got to accept people that they're different, really.
Because if you've had a mad busy week, right, and you want to go out to dinner with your family, you want to have a conversation with your missus, just play on your iPads. I want to enjoy my meal with my wife.
I get that. Do you know what's good though? Is if we're with one of them on their own, it's good. There's the conversation flows, but when they're both together, it's not. I feel the one-on-one time with the kids, you
Yeah.
get so much more out of them.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they might argue a bit more and stuff if they don't have their iPad. But then they can play nice. Mate, I don't have all the answers. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not like Father of the Year or
Yeah.
anything like that. I just sometimes I want an easy life. I'm like, do that. It's like the weekend. They went to bed very, very, very late, and
Yeah.
then my missus' first show was on, and they stayed up late because they wanted to watch it. Sometimes I
And you couldn't say no to that.
No, I can't. But sometimes I'm quite soft, and I'm like, I want to use it. I'm like, yes, sod it, we'd do that.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes they know how to play me, but I know they're playing me. But I'm like, oh, it's easy. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we want to watch Mandalorian, Daddy, and I love Star Wars, so I'm like, oh yeah, we'll watch it. And we're 5 episodes in, and I look at the time like, oh my god, it's half. I'm asleep.
But you know what?
But,
They'll remember
you know what I
that.
mean?
Like,
Yeah.
my dad was a legend.
it's difficult, isn't it? I'm not the perfect dad, but like I would never ever slate anyone else either. If I've got
Yeah.
something to say about something, I don't mind saying it with my friends, and that's something to talk about sometimes. But
Yeah.
I feel when people go out their way to,
Make other people look.
yeah,
or
I'm just
feel.
like,
Yeah, but
oh,
no one's
give it a
perfect,
break.
are they?
No, of course not.
Nah, no one's
you
fucking
don't live in a
perfect.
perfect
Do you
world.
get like when you're out with the family? Do you get do you get a lot of attention? Do you get stopped a lot?
I don't. I'm quite unrecognisable, I feel.
You know what? When you rocked up to the cafe with your backpack, I was like, "Who's this fucking personal trainer?"
Yeah, my missus gets recognised a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you get approached a lot from it, or do they say, "Hey"? Did they ask for a lot?
do you
of
know what?
selfies?
Where we live, not so much at all.
Okay. Yeah.
If sometimes you go on holiday, my missus definitely a lot. There's certain places we will go, and I do get recognised a lot.
Yeah.
And my missus usually said it's the chavvy ones. But like, no, random. I can't
Football
remember
fans.
where. What we were on. I think it was either when we went to Singapore, we had to do a stopover, or like Malaysian Airlines. My missus was like, "It's mad how they all recognise you." I said, "Probably because they are all Chelsea fans and they love football."
Yeah.
And it's just, she just found it so strange. But
Malaysia,
then we could go out
Indonesia.
in London and I'm nothing.
But Malaysia, Indonesia, all those places,
Oh,
they're
yeah,
such
it's massive,
football.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is
like,
massive.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And it's weird because even like, say, if me and Smith travel, when we go somewhere else, say like the Brits, the Brits that travel overseas or live in other countries, they usually kind of are in like similar areas. So when they see you there, it's more of a shock that like, oh my God. So their reaction is more. Whereas someone would see you walking around your local area, they'll be like, oh, there's Wayne.
Yeah.
There he is again.
I get it. I don't mind it either.
Yeah.
It's the ones, nothing really bugs me. It's the ones that say, oh, sorry to disturb. While we're having dinner with the kids. You're not really sorry. You should have waited until I finish.
Yeah.
But yeah, none of it really bothers me at all.
It would have been a lot more if, again, you were in that time where social media had a huge, like, if you played like now, then it would have been like 10 times more.
Oh, I
for
think
sure.
so, yeah, because you look.
Because you played for the biggest
I
clubs.
reckon as soon as you start playing for the big boys and you have an Instagram, you probably instantly got millions of followers, right?
Yeah, 100%.
It just changes completely.
100. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of glad that like I'm 29 years old and I kind of had that childhood where there wasn't like social media and stuff, and it kind of started popping when I could understand it more. So I feel like my generation got the best of both.
Yeah.
And like moving forward, like they have to be careful. But like with social media and stuff, and with the like teams that you played in when you started playing for the big boys, what the fuck was that like? How did that feel?
What, playing for the
As
big
in,
boys?
when you signed, your first professional contract was with Southampton.
Yeah.
And then when did you sign for a big boy?
Just Chelsea, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it would have been, mate, I'm so rubbish. Like, you'd have to Google it. It's
No, that's
probably,
all right.
I was probably like 21, 22, something like that.
Okay. And then what was that feeling like?
Did
Did you know, like in your head, were you like, I'm going to make it to top level. I'm going to play at Chelsea. Did you have that mentality?
I was at Southampton and I like to think I was one of the best left backs anyway, because I was with the England team when I was at Southampton. Man, I loved being at Southampton. The team suited me the way I played. I loved to bomb up and down. I had Chris Marsden in front of me, so I just had like a license to just keep going, and I could run all day. So I loved it. Now, going to Chelsea, I felt pressure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when probably my confidence thing came in, definitely. Like, once I'm in my surroundings and I'm happy, I'm quite happy to stay there.
Yeah.
I get all this, get out your comfort zone, and it is good for you. But I was happy there, so I was nervous.
Yeah.
Going to Chelsea, and it probably took me a while to settle in. Lucky I knew a few lads. But yeah, mate, it's brilliant. But I never really
was it like
signed a contract and thought I'm done. It was always like because you're only like 4 or 5 years, and you've got to renew your contract, or they want to get you, or you sit there. So there's always. I don't ever think you sign a contract and you're comfortable.
Yeah,
you always got to think about the next one. You got to carry on playing well
because there's constant pressure.
Yeah, there's always pressure.
And I think that's something a lot of fans and people don't understand.
Yeah.
When you do sign a contract, like you get some players where they sign a contract and they've been on the bench for all season or whatever. There's still pressure for them to perform well.
Me? You have to perform well. You have got to perform. Going to Chelsea, it was great. Obviously, got rewarded because I played well at Southampton. It was hard to leave. 'Cause, my family support them. I lived down there.
Yeah.
It was great to get there, but there's always pressure.
Yeah. What was it like when you got your first pro contract and you got that first paycheck where it was like, okay,
I was at Southampton, so it probably wasn't one of them paychecks where you go, oh, okay, but it was good.
But compared to
what I was on, I was on £47 or £41 a week my first year at YTS.
That's mad, isn't it?
But like I said, I was never settled. It was always like, what's next? Because I got a contract, then I want to play well and get more money.
Yeah,
and you can do well within 6 months a year and get another contract.
Yeah,
because you've done so well. But yeah, man, I'm buzzing. It's all I ever wanted to do.
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. Since you were a kid?
No, God knows what I would have done. I had a lot of my friends have done all right.
Yeah.
Some probably not so well. And it's I just don't know what I would have done, to be honest. I have no clue. I wanted what stands out for me is at primary school the last year, every kid had to stand up and say what you wanted to be when you're older. As I was literally, I think I was probably, there's only 2 of us wanted to stand up and say, I want to be a footballer. And they were just, it's not realistic. You got to say something else. I think I said CID or something, because I used to watch The Bill. So I just said that. But,
but you wanted to,
but that's all I ever wanted.
Did you know you would?
It's hard because I was in Winchester, it's a small place.
Yeah.
And I was obviously one of the best.
Okay, yeah.
But then leaving there, I went to Southampton like 13 or 14, or if I ever tried out for, the district, I was always really nervous. I never played as well. But I think when I got to try out for Southampton, it was kind of, this is a chance now. I've got to take it.
Yeah.
So I went, but I never had, there was good players there. So I wasn't as confident as I was when I was just playing with my mates from back home. But I was good still. Do you know what I mean? I always feel like I had it upstairs, defending, team shape, moving around, and I was also quick and strong. And then, because I played with some players that were brilliant and just wasted talent. But I did
because they were lazy.
Yeah, not necessarily lazy. They had ability, but I think sometimes if they maybe put the effort in terms training in the gym, bit of extra running and stuff, they might have gone further maybe.
Did you see a lot of players where I was one of these? I felt great at training. I felt a lot of pressure when I stepped on the pitch. So I knew I couldn't perform as well. Did you see a lot of players that would be amazing at training, and when the lights are on, when they're performing in front of people, it just wasn't there? Were you the same on match days to what you were at training, or would you turn up more when there was an audience?
No, I feel like I always put it in training. I was probably more relaxed, but nerves are good. I was probably more relaxed in training.
Okay, yeah.
But nerves are good. Going into a game with nerves are good. But once you get that first touch,
it just goes.
Fine. You just you're in the game.
What if it's a bad touch?
Goes. When I'm a left back, I've got to take frowns and get abuse from the crowd. I'm like, fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean? It was like Portsmouth hated me.
Oh,
and
really?
I'm already by the fans, and I'm like, oh, please don't let the ball go under my foot. But mate, isn't one of them things that it would play on my mind the next time. You get into it, and it is what it is. Mate, if I have a bad game, I hold my hands up. It's one of them. I won't let it beat me up too much.
Was there a time
I think, do you know what I'd see? I don't see that. I'd probably say if there's one player that I feel like has probably underachieved, and I don't know why, it's probably Stephen Ireland. I was with at Man City, midfielder, great player, just brilliant. Don't get me wrong, he had a career.
Yeah.
I just thought he was brilliant. He could have gone on further, and in training he was amazing. But I've probably seen more players that are rubbish in training. Come game day, it's just whew.
Yeah.
Like Carlos Tevez was like,
oh my days,
just like not a poodle.
Yeah.
But like in training, yeah, just get around and that, and the odd spurt here.
Yeah.
Like come game day, man was like a pit bull. He'd rush after everyone. He'd close everyone down. He could score goals. He was skillful, and he wasn't like that player like the athletes you see. He's all chiseled out and abs. He was brilliant. Mark Hughes was another one.
Yeah.
I played him at Southampton.
Yeah.
Training, it was like, what? And then come game day, he just turned it on. But I've heard stories, even when he was at Chelsea, everyone said it was the same. I've seen more stories like that, really, where they're just so relaxed and don't care. But come game day, they're just brilliant.
Yeah. Tevez was one of my favourite players when I was young.
Oh, great guy as well. Great
guy. I went to school in East London, so I'm a West Ham fan. And that year when the madness happened, when that was, and my best friend at school was cousins with Mark Noble.
Okay.
So Mark Noble used to get us tickets.
Yeah.
And we used to go to the game. And I remember that game where Tevez saved West Ham.
Yeah.
My mate went into the changing rooms, and the first thing he said when he came back was, "Mate, I just saw Tevez's dick." Mate, it was huge.
That's brilliant.
And I was like,
I don't remember it being massive, to be fair. Maybe I never see it.
Where was the best banter with what club? Where was the best banter with like changing rooms? Where did you feel at home the most, other than Southampton?
Yeah. Do you know what? I had good times at Chelsea. It's a good laugh. One of the masseurs there, Billy Blood, he's a great lad. He's just banter all the time. I had a great time at Chelsea. I had a good time at Man City for a smaller part, and there were some good lads up there, but it was more of a difficult time for me with the manager.
Okay, yeah.
I loved it at Brighton, because I was at a time where I was kind of falling out of love with football because of the stuff I was going through with Man City up there, and I hated it in the end. And I went to Brighton, and I loved it, and the lads were great.
Yeah.
I think a few of them thought, Wayne Bridge, Chelsea, Man City coming down the league, he's going to be a bit of a having himself a bit.
Yeah.
But no, I settled in with the lads. The lads were great. I think that they got on really well with me as well. So
you are a lad.
There. Bit of, can be. I don't broadcast it, but I can be.
But you are. You're so.
I like a night out. I love a beer with the lads and stuff.
But you're so fucking normal, and you've played for
I like to think, and that's mainly for my family and friends, really, though.
No, you are, because you've played for some of the biggest clubs in the world, man. I don't know if you think of it like that. Because do you remember when I was like, "Would you come on the podcast?" You're like, "Mate, I'm not that interested." And I was like, "You fucking joking, bro? You've played for England over 30 times."
Yeah, I'd probably not downplay, but I don't know the words for it really. It's like SAS Who Dares Wins. When I went out, I speak to Ant quite a lot, and he's like, "Mate, you need to mate, you done this, you done that."
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I know. Just it's like England. I sat on the bench a lot, and
yeah, but
I know. Yeah, I went, but it's just I wish I had done a bit more, or
But when
I think that's
when you I think I was in Australia. I was in quarantine in Australia, and I saw you comment on one of my posts, and I was like, "Fuck off!" What? Wayne Bridge follows me? Yeah. I was like, "No fucking way, bro." I screenshot it to my manager straight away, and I sent it to my dad. I was like, "Bruv," and I looked on your profile, and it says, "Follow back." I was like, "Oh my days!" I have to message him straight away, and I'm pretty sure I sent you a voice note. I was like, "I'm not gonna lie, it's a fanboy moment."
Mate, it was nice. It was good. It was nice to get that reaction from you. It's nice to see that reaction off people as well. Sometimes
Mate, I've seen
I don't look at myself like that too much.
Yeah, but a lot of people do, and especially like the times when I was loving football like there was no other. Because when you're in it, you watch everything.
Yeah,
now, I'll be honest, I don't watch much at all, other than when I go watch my mate play at Fulham. I don't really look into it as much as I used to.
Yeah.
And I do with some Turkish football. My dad's a huge Besiktas fan, so I do with that. But I remember
I scored at that stage. What's that? I scored against them. Did I score against them?
Did you? Where were you?
Chelsea, I think.
What, the game at home? Or in
It was either
Istanbul?
against them or we played at their stadium. I can't even remember then. This is how bad my memory is. Can't remember who I scored against.
If it was in Inonu in
Come across
Istanbul,
bottom right-hand corner. Do you know what? I think we had to play at a different stadium because something was going on.
or with the stadium in
Yeah,
Istanbul,
there was no fans or something. I can't remember.
I was at the game at Chelsea where we beat Chelsea 2-0 or 2-1. You might have not been there then, maybe.
No.
But there was one in Istanbul where I think you guys won. Or was it a draw? I think it was one.
I think one I scored. I definitely scored.
The fans are crazy.
I didn't know what to do. I don't score, man. I just jumped up and down on the spot. I don't score, man. No, you think,
What's
I could do this. And I'm just going,
What's going on?
That is bad. Yeah, I was jumping up and down on the spot. Yeah, I forgot where we were now.
No, yeah. So when that was happening, I was like, when I was in football so much. I've seen you in real life before, but I couldn't come and say hello. I was with my boys. I was in Nighttown. I think you were doing shop. This was like years and years ago.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, hey, there's Wayne Bridge, bro. He's quite big, innit? Me and the boys, I was like with all my hood boys. They're like, bro, he's kind of big. And my mate was like a Chelsea fan. I have got something to admit.
God.
When I was younger, I had the biggest crush on your missus, man.
That's good. It's good, yeah. I get that a lot. I get it a lot.
S Club 7 Juniors.
Do you know what? I can only imagine what DMs she gets sometimes. So I get some. And then I get some that are about her and I'm thinking she must get all sorts. But she tells me a couple, but yeah, she must get a few.
But I was young. I was like, she was S Club 7 Juniors.
Juniors, yeah.
I remember
I didn't really... I was probably a bit too old to get at the time.
Like when it comes to those DMs and that sort of stuff, do you ask her or does she just tell you? Do you care?
No, not really.
No. Why would you? You live with her.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Do you know what? We're pretty, I think we're both really relaxed. Do you know what I mean? I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think any of us is really jealous. Maybe I should be, but no. Yeah, no, I think we're just pretty, I think we're so relaxed with each other.
Yeah.
And I don't think neither of us would ever hold either back. If they wanted to do something and, it's like the jungle, babe, do it. Like, stop worrying, it's fine. Or, she wants to go and do something, go and do it. I would never stop her.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want someone to stop me either.
Yeah.
Like, it makes me laugh. She goes, do you mind if I have a night out with the girls? I went, why you just go? Like, why are you asking me?
But that's why she loves you, isn't it?
A politeness type thing.
Yeah. It's probably a respect thing.
Yeah.
More than anything.
Yeah. We're pretty easygoing. That's
good. Has there ever been a moment where you have got like jealous with her, for example, or or her with you? Because I don't know. Like as a guy, there's
nothing really springs to mind. If I've got jealous, I probably just haven't said it.
You just like
I might have had a thought and I just haven't brought it up. But yeah. I guess like if I heard and I see what she was talking to a guy and I thought she was looking at him a certain way and I could tell and she was a little bit excited, I'd be a bit like, hey. But I don't think anything would ever happen like that.
Yeah. But you don't
hold on.
Hold on. What's going on here? What's going on here?
We've never really had a moment with each other, I don't think. I think we trust each other.
Yeah.
Like,
and you're happy.
Yeah, of course.
And you love your family.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I do. I love it. It's, a lot of my friends who haven't had kids yet, they ask me, like, I speak to them and sometimes I've just put them off. But I'm like, I only tell them, it's difficult because you do a lot of this, you can do what you want. I said, when you have this, there's a lot of compromise that comes of it. And we do compromise. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I probably don't do, but that's what comes with having kids and family.
Is there any regret with kids?
No, I don't. Imagine if I say I regret having my kids.
No, but some people might. In the sense
not at all.
Because every time I hear like parents talk about kids, like they'll talk about like how hard it is sometimes and this and that, but they're always. It's weird. Like even when you're talking about that, you seem so happy when you're talking about them.
Oh yeah, I am. Look, there's certain things that I love snowboarding, and
do you?
I love snowboarding.
That's where your swag comes from. That's why you dress like that. Yeah. You got the hat, the baggy swagger.
I feel like I've got to start dressing like a proper 40-year-old now. You're making me feel a bit.
No, it's good. It looks young.
But yeah, like my missus will literally go to me, go snowboarding. She'd know at me and she'd just go and have 5-day snowboarding. I'll see you in 5 days. Like, she's good like that.
Oh, that's wicked. That's good.
And I know she has said to one of my friends, he told me, he said she knows how much you love it, that she wants you to do it. So she'll go, just go. Okay. And then if she comes and like we go, I know everyone like likes to ride together and stuff, but I'm like, I'm full on. I'm not, if I stop, it's down a bit and keep going. Because otherwise it just goes the wrong way. I'm like 9 till 5 snowboarding, just boom, boom, boom.
Really?
Yeah, I can't. I'm not that. Let's sit down and have lunch. I've got to just keep going.
Really?
Yeah.
So you did that with football, right? With training and stuff.
Yeah.
So when you're where do you usually go?
I usually go to Morzine just because I had friends there. The girl who taught me moves there.
Yeah.
So I just had them there. Bin Zermatt because they went there. And I just go there because they're there and it's people to ride with because I don't really have friends that are into it.
So how good
obviously
are you?
It's quite, I'm all right.
Like what,
you know what
like
I mean?
With the routes, with the ski routes, which ones do you do?
Mate, I like to enjoy it. So I'm not, let's go down this really steep.
Yeah.
Like, where's the fun in that? I like to, when I say I like to ride park, I'm rubbish at it, but I can get over a rail or I can get over a box or...
Mate, that's fucking sick.
Yeah, I get over it, but I'm not like 180 on, 180 off or things like that. I try 180s and 360s, but I'm getting older. My knees aren't holding up enough. And I'll attempt like kickers.
Yeah.
Some big kickers, but I'm not like...
What's a kicker?
Like a jump.
Okay, yeah.
And...
Mate, that's pretty fucking good.
I did a lot of visualization as a player. When I was Glen Hoddle. So sometimes I sit at the top and I just visualize myself going over the jump and I feel like sometimes it's helped. But mate, these kickers, they're scary because speed is your friend, they say. But when you're going fast, I think as the older you get a bit more fear. But I always just go for it. But most of the time I'm just in the air. My arms are flapping. Yeah. And I'm happy to just land. So I just enjoy it. I love it. You
just said you use visualizing a lot when you were playing football. This is something that I do a lot. Visualize how? How would you visualize? What would you visualize?
It started.
And how old were you when you?
It was when Glen Hoddle was at Southampton. So I would have been.
What, he made you?
Yeah.
Really?
He didn't make you. He basically brought in someone to the club. He was all for that, Glenn, and he'd have someone. So we would get together as the defensive four, and we would kind of talk to each other about what we want from each other. Look, a group of lads that long ago talking about what they want and what they need from each other, mate. Sometimes it just didn't work. The lads would just take the piss.
Yeah.
I remember one woman who was taking, I think she had a bit of a breakdown and she had to leave. And Glenn wasn't happy.
Because of the banter.
Yeah, just couldn't, the banter. Everyone just took the piss. You hear the story about Ray Parlour and Glenn had someone in, he had someone in for the England team. And I hear stories that he went in and he says, she was like, oh, how can I help you? And he went, I'll have a short back and sides, please. You know what I mean? It was like, they were never really going to get into it, I don't feel. But when Glenn got a guy in called John Sire, I used to see him one-on-one for some visualization. He really wanted me to give it a go, so I did. And it would basically be, it would either be Friday afternoon and always before the game in the morning, I would just sit and it was kind of like a meditation where I'd go into some deep breaths, just get into the, deep relaxation. And then he would talk me through visualizing running out onto the pitch.
Mate, that's great.
Just the warm up, jumping up and down, the toss of the coin, getting ready for centre, the whistle going, the ball coming to me. What am I going to do with the ball? And then
so he was doing like guided meditation.
Yeah, replay scenarios in my head that I think is going to happen in the game. So I used to do a lot of the attacking, going past players, crossing the ball, someone heading it in, defensive situations. So I would do that for half hour. And did it help me? I was playing bloody well at the time. But when I went to Chelsea, I just never really carried it on. One, John Sire wasn't there. And I never just went out of my way to kind of carry it on, which maybe I should have. And I probably wish I did looking back. But it was always one of them that if players knew you were doing it, they'd just be taking the piss and
I do
laughing.
it. I do it. And all my mates banter me about it for sure. And then like I do it before a show. I'll listen. I've got headphones on. I'm listening to Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Classical music.
D.J. Drogba did a lot of it. Yeah.
You know what? A lot of those. I've heard him. I know guys like Conor McGregor, all that stuff. They visualize, they meditate, breath work, all of that stuff. And I think it is really underrated.
Well, if you look back, and when I was doing it, I was playing well, and I won Player of the Season. So
there you go.
It's got to give you a little bit of a something. Then when I started snowboarding, I just
did the same.
My teacher go, "What, are you going to do this?" And I would sit, and she'd look at me and go, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm just visualizing myself doing it quickly."
Yeah.
And then she was asking about it. She went, "I might visualize the lottery numbers."
Do you know what's crazy though? Like, you made it as a footballer, right? And you played for some of the biggest clubs, and that would have happened from you visualizing that as a kid, right? To somewhat level.
Like you go out and, you know, I used to always want to be Matt Letizia or Rod Wallace. And
don't you think we lose that as we get older, like most people?
Oh, 100%, I think.
You know, so
it's going to grow. I think it's going to... that will all get bigger and bigger.
But there's
100%.
So many distractions.
I hate it, honestly. And I don't know if it's because I'm older. And I reckon the older generation hate it even more. Yeah. But I don't hate it. Hate's a very big word. I say that flippantly, by the way.
I get you. I've
said it before and people take it out of context.
No, that's odd.
But yeah, I sometimes I dislike the way we are constantly on something. Because I love being outdoors and I love doing something. So I hate the fact that sometimes even I can get sucked into it and it stops me from doing something.
Oh, that's the name that you said, John. What was it? John
Sire, yeah.
Is he an author?
Mate, I don't know.
I'm gonna look that up because I feel like I've heard that
name. He was. I don't want to say old because he might not have been that old at the time. But yeah, to me, he was quite old at the time. But Glenn Hoddle brought him in.
Oh wow.
And Glenn was ahead of his time for me.
Mate, that's so smart bringing that in at those times.
He was ahead of his time. He was way ahead of everyone. You know, when I don't know why, but I feel like when Mourinho come to Chelsea, the 4-3-3.
Yeah.
I feel like people talked about the 4-3-3 a lot. But I remember Glenn when we were at Southampton, and people might not have noticed it, but we were playing that. We were like, he would have certain midfielders where you're not going to do that. You're going to tuck in here. You're going to be like a 3 at a time. Then we play with like a striker who could sometimes drop deep. But it was like a 4-3-3 setup. And it was basically what Mourinho come along. I felt like Mourinho come along and did. And everyone talked about it loads. But Glenn Hoddle was playing that and getting us to play certain ways. He was brilliant, mate. Tactically, he was brilliant.
Really?
Yeah. One of the best I've had, if not the best.
To you, what makes a great coach?
Well, one, getting results. I think having the players, getting the players on side, but also having a bit of authority as well, because obviously they can't take the piss.
Because you can't.
Balance is key. Balance is key, and I do believe man management does come into it.
Yeah,
100%. It has to come into it. You have to. There's so many players to keep happy.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it. I couldn't go and be a manager.
Yeah,
I couldn't. There's too many.
Is it more down to
too many egos?
Yeah,
too many egos. I couldn't deal with it.
Is it more down to your football knowledge or managing personalities? Would you say?
I think you've got to have a bit of both.
Yeah,
you have to have a bit of both. Yeah. If you lose the dressing room, mate, you lose the team. Sometimes, you are.
Yeah.
I feel like I definitely. Like Mourinho is brilliant as a coach. He was brilliant.
Yeah.
Training was brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, he had so much confidence.
Did he make you feel good?
He made me feel good at times, but he also made me feel bad at times. Okay. And look, don't get me wrong, feeling bad is fine. But when I say feel bad, I don't like feel bad or like feel sorry for myself. Sometimes I was a bit like, I feel like it's unjustified.
Okay,
sometimes. I went through ups and downs of him. And there was one time I turned a corner of him and I was buzzing, pat on the back. And he was so happy I was playing well, and we had some real big games coming up. And then I went and broke my leg, which killed it a little bit. But I had times with him where I did really struggle as well, and I felt like, maybe it was his way of maybe he thought he was going to get the best out of me, but I didn't. Sometimes I thought it just went a bit too much, and But that if I had to say one thing about him, it could be his man management. Sometimes that'll work for a player. It doesn't work for all players.
Yeah, and that's why
that'd
it's
be
hard.
the only thing. But I think he, as a coach, he was brilliant.
Who was the one player for you where you were like, he's just fucking ridiculous?
Do you know what?
That you played with?
I always say David Silva, and I don't know why I always forget the other one is Matt Letiz.
Oh, really?
Mate.
Really? Just
So
like
good.
ridiculous.
David Silva was amazing, right? And it was a different era.
Yeah.
And so skillful. You couldn't get the ball off of him. But like when you watch Iniesta and Xavi, it was like, don't know why, but wherever they are, they just move the ball that you can't get it. Wherever they are, they just don't lose the ball. It's crazy.
Just stuck to their
Scholes,
foot.
he was a bit the same. Scholes
Yeah.
play against him. But for me, I look at Matt Letiz, it was just brilliant, mate. And this is another thing. I love Glenn Hoddle. It was amazing. If I had one thing to say about him, it was him not putting Matt Letiz in the England team. He played an England B game,
Yeah.
scored a hat-trick, and hit the crossbar, and never went to, it was either the Euros or the World Cup. I'm like, what more do you want him to do? Like, he was brilliant, mate. He wasn't like one of them players that was an athlete.
Yeah.
He used to ghost pass players, and he used to just put it in the top
just a
corner. He
baller.
just pick it, mate. His pass, it was just a joke.
Really?
But he used to drink Malibu and Coke all the time.
But see, like that almost like not giving a fuck makes them like
yeah,
perform.
mate. Honestly, the confidence used to ooze out of him.
Yeah.
Like, he was just so good. Like, he would, if he was on the bench, he'd come on thinking, I'm just going to score the winner here, which I remember the last game at the Dell, I think it was 2-2, he comes on, just swivels and puts it in the top corner of his left foot.
Just like
Occasions were made for him. And I feel like if he went with England, people would say I might be stupid, but he was so good. I say it to Jamie Redknapp all the time. I reckon England would have had a chance because he would have come on and just made something happen. Just changed it. He would have made something happen like that. And I don't know if Glenn come to Southampton and he kind of left him out a lot. But Matt was never going to be that player that run around and defended a lot, but you just give him the ball. He used to keep Southampton up, not on his own, disrespect some of the players, but he'd done so many things for that club. He was unbelievable. If you ever get a chance to get it, I had it on VHS or Betamax. I don't know if you remember what that is. You're probably a bit too young. Like,
I remember VHS.
He 100 or no, just called Unbelievable. It's just all his goals.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll
It's
check
sick,
it out.
Yeah.
What? You don't have to answer this. The most frustrating player that you played with. The most annoying. That you're like, oh, you're so fucking annoying.
Really?
Someone told me you love Balotelli.
Yeah. I've talked about him a lot. I found him annoying. Sometimes I just didn't get him. Some people, Mika Richards used to love him and find him funny, but you know, there's arrogance and
he was talented.
He was talented, and I remember Marina saying if you had one brain cell, he'd be a good footballer. He annoyed me a couple of times. A couple of times in training, he'd done me, and then a load of lads had sponsored me, and they'd pay, and then he wouldn't pay because of what had happened, and it's for a good cause. And I'm like, I just didn't get him. I just think he's a bit of an idiot.
Yeah,
you know, there's times he turned up late for training, and he'd act a certain way, like he wouldn't rush into. Like, if I was late, I'd be sprinting in, apologising to everyone. He'd bowl over in his clothes on his phone. And if it had happened in, say, like a dressing room where it was like, remember the Man United old school dressing room?
Yeah.
He wouldn't have lasted 2 minutes.
Yeah.
He'd been out of some dressings. He wouldn't have lasted.
Yeah.
So that like just disliked him a little bit. Never really got on with him that well, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then frustrated me. There's only two people, and they don't frustrate me.
Yeah.
I don't want people to take it the wrong way.
No, I don't think they would.
Fabrice Fernandez, who was a winger at Southampton at the time, great player, skillful, but used to be a lazy twat sometimes. He used to do my head in. And Robinho, a little bit, you just don't get much help in terms of going that way.
Okay.
And again, he was like a Matt Letiz player. It's giving
the
the ball and he's doing his thing. But when you're a left back and he's playing in front of you, and, you know, I went from, that was at Chelsea and I had Robin and good players in front of me. They all worked their socks off.
Yeah.
Going there, I was like, I'm literally just the left back and stay back and don't get involved, because if I overlap Robbie, he ain't passing me the ball.
Yeah.
He's going to do his thing and you just don't get no help going backwards. So that was a bit frustrating, but not that bad. Just probably Balotelli was just, really like.
Why always me?
I know, because you're an idiot.
He's playing Turkey now. Oh, he's playing in Turkey now.
Yeah, it's wasted talent, man. What he's like, I know he's done a lot
Yeah.
or a bit. I just feel like he could have done
He
loads
could've
more
done.
with his ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've seen him with kids at Man City, the way he acted towards some of the young kids, and it was disrespectful. Like I've seen to be fair, I've seen a young kid grip him up and put him in his place.
Really?
Put him in his place that he stormed off like a little baby and went home. Like tried to get like all manly with the kid, and the kid just beat him up basically.
Really?
Yeah.
I love all this football chat because you see all this mad stuff that happened, like from Sunday League to, and it's just interesting. Isn't
Yeah,
it? Like,
it is.
It's crazy how like personality types can make such an impact on
Yeah.
like team sports, right?
Yeah.
And after, would you say you're happy with your football career?
No.
Really? What would you have wanted? How are you not happy, bruv?
Well, look, happy. There's happy. So that happy as in
Well,
I'm
like, you
happy with
weren't
what
sad.
I've achieved. But
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like I could have maybe done a bit more. Whether as that is not going out as much, bit more yoga, just because it might have lasted a little bit longer in my career,
Yeah.
and maybe just maybe achieved a little bit more. Probably would like to achieved more. So I'm happy, but I would have liked to achieve more. But I guess we all want more.
Yeah, of
I
course.
guess, yeah.
Was it hard when you did get injured and you kind of like, it has to stop now? Were you like, what?
No, I don't think that was hard, just because I obviously had a great time at Brighton. I went to Reading. It never really happened, and I got injured early doors, and I just couldn't get back. I just couldn't get back. So it is what it is. I thought I was ready to retire
Yeah.
until like it happens, and then a few months or a year later, you just think, oh, yeah, I wish I had longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just think it's I'd never wish for it to be over. Just appreciate all the time you got and just make the most of it and play. I'd say play as long as you can. Because people would look, I reckon people that I play with near the end are like, yeah, he wants to retire, he's had enough. But I look back, I'm like, I should have played longer. I'd love to have played longer, yeah.
Yeah, I feel what you mean. And then you did, like, you've done a lot of TV shows and stuff, right? What was SAS like? I'm actually going to watch Ant tonight.
Yeah, I can't go. I got the kids, so it kids from school. So I looked on the date.
What was that like?
I loved it, man.
Did you?
I hated it, but I loved it. It's me. It's just me all over in terms of I love to be pushed physically. Like, I just love that side of it.
What about mentally?
Yeah, so physically and mentally. So I kind of put them together for me.
Okay, cool.
So I put them together because mentally I think I've got it to just kind of keep going and push myself through barriers. And I loved it. And obviously I would have loved someone like, like the other series where everyone's a bit more physical.
Yeah.
I'd love to have been pushed by someone else a little bit more to see if I went
more harder.
Yeah. But, I had Ben Foden from the rugby who was in there, but like, no disrespect to Ben, but I kind of blew him out of the water physically as well.
Yes.
Really.
I love this chat.
Yeah.
Mate, you can't, you know what? You can't, like, it doesn't matter how talented you are, right? The work rate needs to be there with everything, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Right.
you look, like you say, you look at people and they're a bit like, how has he got there or how has she got that far? Because they put effort in.
Yeah.
Like, how has someone got there with their social media, for instance, where they put effort in?
Yeah.
How has someone got there with their YouTube channel because they put the effort in?
I'm definitely not that talented, but I've got 2 GCSEs. But
Mate,
every day.
I find you're entertaining on Instagram. Do you know what I like about? I basically started following you and James around the same time. You say what you've got to say, and it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's what I like about it.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
And I think you speak a lot of sense as well. And again, there's probably some people.
Mum, Dad, I made it.
There's probably some people that probably would disagree with it, but you're never gonna.
I like it.
You're never gonna please everyone, are you? And people might not like the way you go about saying it. Well,
yeah. Fuck
no,
'em.
it doesn't. It is, isn't it? But I like that. It's like Ants the same.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That you can't. You're comfortable with your own skin, and I'm telling it. I wish everyone. Like I wasn't like. I wish everyone was more like it. I become better, especially after doing the SAS show.
Yeah.
Mentally, like, I loved it, but the only mental side I probably struggled with, which I probably done all right at, if I look back, but I have to ask Ant, was the interrogation part, because we're given a story and you've got to go with it. You know, you're in interrogation. You've got to put yourself in an interrogation situation.
Yeah.
And I probably started to doubt myself a little bit because I had to think a bit more, which comes with my self-doubt probably, which I shouldn't.
Yeah.
Because then I look at, I'm in interrogation and some people are speaking and I'm like, mate, you're in like an interrogation situation. You're acting like a cocky little twat. You're going to get your head blown off.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, you gotta be smart.
I feel like that would happen, but I feel like I've done all right at it.
Yeah.
But if I would never do it. When I say never do it again, if you ask me, I probably would. But I feel like I'd quit it interrogation because that like sitting in stress positions with screaming babies for hours and hours
It's mad.
is like horrible. But I didn't get people to quit. You've already put yourself through some of it. You might as well finish it.
You might as well go
all
all the way through. Because
I loved it.
You did you beat up my last guest.
Oh, I see you had Spencer on. I see you had him on.
I was talking to him and I didn't know. And we started talking about it. He goes, yeah, I had a charity boxing match with Wayne Bridge. I was like, shut up, I've got him on.
Did he
soon.
say he won the first round or something like that?
He said you're a beast. He said like,
yeah,
he's a fucking athlete. He was like, he just came out and he just knew you were there basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's fit. Like he's quite mentally, but compared to you, yeah. I love this.
No, do you know why? Because I hear it and I think he's probably so confident in
what he does.
And in terms of when he trains and how fit he is.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'll always be thinking, oh, they're going to be this, they're going to be that. I'm never overconfident. But then the more time goes on after doing the SAS show, I realise people just don't get it. They don't get how I physically train for things, I work hard. It's like the local gym I go to, I become friends with him. And he's like, mate, so I've got people that come in for a PT. Like, oh, can I train with Wayne? He's like, mate, you can't do the warm-up with Wayne. Like, what are you thinking? Some people don't get it. Like, and I just think I just train a lot. And I just think I'll always tick over. So I'm always ready if a challenge come along that I could do. But I do struggle a bit with my knees now. But
yeah.
But yeah, I think.
But your work rate is there.
My work rate is there. Like I could have gone another 5-6 rounds because if I'm doing 3 rounds, I'm going to train for 12.
Yeah.
I've got that mentality to train and.
Like you've got the physical condition.
Yeah.
But it's the mental thing more than anything, right?
Yeah.
Going round.
But don't get me wrong. Like I know I kind of beat him, but. Do you know, boxing, I got mad respect for boxers. Like, I'm not stupid. I could go and get beat up by a lightweight or anything because it's an art at the end of the day.
It is, yeah.
I wish I had kind of had more fights to kind of get better at the boxing part because my fitness was there.
Yeah,
but I'd love to improve at the boxing part.
Would how different was it going from a team sport to being on your own when the lights were on? Because I'm doing my first jiu-jitsu competition this weekend.
But you're quite a confident lad, didn't you?
I know, but I kind of messed up my weight. I'm like 90. We have to weigh ourselves with a gi on.
Yeah.
And I'm 95 kilos with the gi. My category was like 94.
Yeah.
And I don't want to diet. I just want to eat, feel good. So I'm like, you know what? I'll go into the fucking 100 kg category and be an underdog. I like being an underdog. So I want to do that. But how hard was it? Man,
because I'm like... I can't say, but if you put me in a box, I sometimes think I'm quite big. I've got big legs and stuff. And I look at some people that might be my weight and I'm like, I ain't fighting that guy. Like, no chance. Like, it's mad, but I feel like, isn't it a thing where people just lose weight for that event? So it kind of kills it a little bit, doesn't it? I wish everyone just stayed at their comfortable weight.
Yeah.
But I guess that's the dedication of the game, though, isn't it?
Because I would just hate to. You got basically I have to weigh just before I jump on the mat. And I was like, I don't want to stress about being weight. I just want to have breakfast that morning.
It's a good place to be because Did you have to make weight? Did you have to make weight for the fight? For both fights I had to make weight, but I was at a weight that I was comfortable at.
Oh, you're already there.
Yeah, I was there. You know, I was like 1 or 2 kilos. Do you know what I mean? I think Spence was probably a bit heavier than me, so we were going to fight at 80, and then I think we ended up going at 82.
Okay, cool.
I ended up coming in at like 80 points something. I think he did as well.
Okay, cool.
But now I'm definitely not that. I don't know if it's an age thing or
As you get older, yeah.
I stopped cardio as much, although I'm still all right, but I don't run as much because of my knees. And yeah, I don't know. During COVID, it was probably drunk a little bit more, and I like food. I just eat. And
Yeah.
I'm a bit like, sod it.
Well, as you get older, weight does like slowly it does creep up.
Yeah.
But not even in like a
Yeah.
like you won't get fat. You just add a bit of weight.
I feel a lot bigger, yeah. I don't walk around with six pack, put it that way.
Yeah.
But I
yes.
like to eat. I like chocolate,
Yeah.
and I'm not a calorie counter.
Yeah.
Like, I just couldn't do it. I just think it would go out the window.
The thing is, people like you don't need to. So much of your life has been dedicated to sport, being an athlete. You've got that foundation where it's very hard to flip that mentality that you have. Whereas a lot of people, like a lot of people that I deal with that expect like results in 4 or 5 weeks. I'm like, listen, you didn't give a fuck for 25 years. You can't expect it to change in 4 weeks.
Everyone wants something quick, yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why it's like, for you to flip that, it would be very fucking difficult for you to get.
No, it take time.
But yeah. But
I was jealous you going into a fight. I want something to. When I say I want something, it's how badly.
Come down one day. We'll do
badly
jits.
do you want it? How
we'll do jits.
would I be, like?
It's
at this precise moment in time, my back's bad, but I would have a go. But how much of your joint stuff comes? My hips are so stiff.
It's a lot of joint stuff.
And my knee can only go a certain.
Okay.
I can squat like down to a chair and stuff, or maybe a little bit lower. But
as long as you do your mobility and stuff.
My knees too far, like I'm screaming.
No, we won't do it. We'll do like some technical stuff. We'll just have some fun, just to like try something different.
Yeah, because my competitive stuff at the moment is someone setting me like, I don't know, some stupid assault bike or some bike thing for 20 minutes, and I think I'm going to beat you. Like, or do you know what I mean? But like I like it. I enjoy it just because it's the competitive part. That's the only reason I like it, I think.
That's what makes you turn up.
Yeah.
Right, so you need that goal.
Yeah, it's like I didn't run for ages and someone put up run 5K in 20 minutes. And I was like, I should be able to do that like easy.
Yeah.
But like I would go out and smash it straight away. Or it actually took me 3 runs because I don't run anymore. But yeah, I got there in the end.
Big man. It's been...
I feel like it's gone quick. Are we ending it?
We don't have to.
I feel like it's gone. I'll tell you what. What about was it you? Was it you who said a dumbbell's a dumbbell?
A dumbbell? Nah.
Yeah, it might have been James then.
What did he say?
Just a dumbbell's a dumbbell, and I thought exactly the same, right?
Yeah,
but,
go on.
What do you think? A dumbbell? Look, mate, if I'm going to get a dumbbell, it's a dumbbell, and it don't matter what it looks like or anything like that.
What, like a dumbbell, an actual weight?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it looks like. No. Is that what you mean?
What about how it feels? Or
wait, what the weight?
Do you know what I invested in? During COVID, I invested in like a gym equipment, basically company.
Did you?
Yeah. I thought a bit of promo for them.
Really?
On here.
Oh, like,
do you know
you
what?
own a part of it?
Yeah, I just invested in it and I just thought it was an opportunity. I thought, let me have a piece of it. Pyrium, right?
Okay.
And don't get me wrong, there's no freebies or anything like that. It's pretty much, I invested in a men's grooming thing as well, which I ordered, but it never come in time for me to give to you.
Oh, really? That's
not that you need it, like.
Come on.
But I'll send you some. But yeah, do you know what? I invested in them and I was always a bit, dumbbell's a dumbbell, weight sweat. And I met him for a friend. And he kitted my gym out. I paid for it all, but I liked him. And I just said, mate, if you ever need any help or anything, he said, he might be doing some investment just to get product and stuff. And some other guy was going in, yeah, sod it, I'm in, mate. Really liked him. He was great. The whole process of him doing my gym was good. Like, he doesn't like letting people down, or they don't like letting people down, sorry. And my dumbbells turn up and I love them.
What, have you got like a whole, what is it? Have you got a whole set, or is it just...
I've got a whole set, got plates.
Have you got one with you?
The rack, the lot.
Wait, did you bring that?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
That's sick. You just
I'll let you pick them up. Like, I carried them in my rucksack. Yeah, do you know what? They're the only 2 weights that I could get with the same, so you can feel them.
Look, let's have a look.
Right, he's got to have a look at them. Like, the balance on them, like... Just have a look. Tell me how you feel. Pick the other one up. The grip feels nice, right? Same weight.
I like this grip.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it looks good, right? And I know a dumbbell's a dumbbell. You're going to put it in your gym, but like, you wear Nikes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, of
You
course.
wear off-whites. If you're going to get a gym, you want to get out of that.
Do you want to tell them? Do you want to tell them about
it's
the brand?
premium.
So if anyone wants, because I get a lot of people.
Yeah,
I get a lot of people. Pyrium. There you go.
And mate, the quality's good.
Yeah.
It's I love it. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I've
It's
got
one of them outdoor stuff. You know, because of the material. You know, it doesn't get cold. The grip, it's a deep cut. So, like, if you go heavy, like me, you know, I've got 40 kilos at home and stuff. So,
oh my bad. Oh yeah,
like
big man.
It's good for the grip and stuff. So,
what I'll do is I've got a lot of clients that actually do a lot of home workouts. So I'll tell them.
Yeah, and they are perfectly balanced as well. Like, I can feel the difference between the two.
Yeah. No, they're good. They're good. What? So your house is kitted out with that?
Pyrium. Yeah,
and you've got like a proper gym set up at home?
Well, yeah, I've got a rack. I've got the kettlebells that they've got. I've got all the plates and everything. And then cardio-wise, I just have like rower, salt bike, ski erg, and
sick.
bike
Have you invested in anything else, like with, like, say, the money you made through football and stuff? Anything to keep you busy? Like, is this keeping you busy?
Do you know what? I do say to them, use and abuse me. Like, I invested. So if you want to use me, fan, just use me. Do you know what I mean? If you want to use me for any promo, they're going through that. Like, they're a small brand, but they are good, mate. The quality is good. Anyone doing a gym should check them out.
Yeah,
they're great as well. I think just going through the whole process, I'm getting a home gym. But if you just want to go online and order some stuff, go online and order it.
100%.
But the other one was the Fellowship, which is basically men's, face cream, hair wash, body moisturizer, and I met Andrew Cooper, who I call him the Diet Coke man. Because he was the guy in the advert who used to push the lawnmower. I just remember him. And all the girls just like opening a can of Diet Coke, just staring at him. I met him at an event and he was talking to me about it and I really liked it. So I'll have a piece of that.
Yeah, nice.
So I just a little investment with them. They're just a small company just starting out. I think the product's wicked as well.
Yeah.
I said, I'm in. Yeah,
is there anything that like you want to do like as business wise? Like, because
my missus asks me this all the time.
Because the thing is, like, you're 41. That's not old. That's not old.
Do you know what though? I said this to my missus the other day. I've only been alive like 14,000 something days.
Is that what you calculated?
Yeah. Like 14,700. I'm like, babe, that's short. I don't want to depress you or anything, but like, you got to appreciate every moment and live the moment. Oh shit. She was born 89. So what's that? 31?
My man. My man. My guy.
But like, do you know what I mean? She says, I have an interest, but I also want to be around with my family and go on lots of holidays. So yeah. But I talk, I try to push Frank, and we might have something in the pipeline that we're going to do together, which we're both interested in. But I like to have time on my hands. I like time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to be able to do stuff and freedom. And I invest money, through my financial advisor. And I've started to do like a little bit of this because I like who it is, but I don't really want to like invest too much that I put myself in jeopardy of how I can live my life. Really, I just want to be comfortable.
Yeah. I think the best thing is that what you've done is, and what I will definitely do when I'm a bit older is like invest in people.
Yeah.
People that I trust.
Yeah.
And I think that's the main thing that drives good businesses anyway. Yeah. So
I do sometimes like look at, like, for instance, you or James and Ant, and I think, man, should I be doing something? But I don't know. I just enjoy being at home with the kids and enjoying family time, and I make the missus work a bit. So, I tell her she likes working. She can't sit at home too long because she'd be scrolling too much and watching TV shows. Yeah. But I do see guys sometimes I think, maybe I should do a bit more. So, I'm in chats with my missus at the moment about things we might do.
Yeah. Would it be something fitness related?
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Yeah. At the moment, yeah. And it's. You
ever get asked to like go speak at schools and all that shit? Like kids, youth team.
Do you know what? I don't think I'd be any good at it. I'd be all right at a Q&A thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'd be any good at like
doing a talk.
Ant. And I see Ant, I've been to Cut of Ant thing, and he stands up and he just talks.
I'm excited to see what he's like tonight.
He's good, man.
I've never seen him live.
I compare him to like a little bit like, have you ever been Disneyland?
Yeah.
We watch the fireworks and stuff, and they tell a story while the fireworks going. I swear,
Really?
and it's been recent. You come out and you feel a bit like my missus
Empowered.
jokes, empowered. Like I want to take on the world. It's like a bit. I know it's Disney and everything, but it makes you feel good. I feel like
I'm
when
excited.
you go and watch Ant, it makes you feel good. But I'm probably sure your talks are probably like that.
Yeah, you need to come to one. When
I
I've got
will
next year,
definitely.
yeah,
And like,
100%.
do you know? It's I just know that I couldn't do it, and it would take practice and time.
Takes reps, yeah.
Yeah, like
It
you
takes
said,
reps.
like I've seen some of the stuff you've done, your early Instagram stuff and social media, where you take the piss out of yourself of what it was like then and what it's like now. Like you can see the difference.
Yeah.
Like you just grown as a person. But yeah, I've got a couple of things in the pipeline that me and my missus might be doing. So hopefully, when she comes out of the jungle,
Yeah.
we'll get on it and it will happen.
Because someone like you, like,
and again, that is part of it. The fitness side will probably involve someone else that we like as well.
yeah. Because you must have so many contacts from like what you did as a footballer. You must have met so many people. Was there
yeah,
someone?
but I'm not much of a networker, to be honest. Like, I'm
Okay.
friends with all my mates from school. So,
Yeah.
you know, if we go
I think
out.
that's why people would like, because I'm like, you make friends to make friends. You don't make friends for an agenda or anything, right? So, and I think people
Yeah.
see through that. So if you were to like ever text someone about something, they'd probably be like, "Oh, sick," instead of
Yeah,
we're like,
he
'cause-
wants something. Yeah.
exactly.
But yeah. I'm just friends with all my mates from school, like, and quite close to my family.
Who have you met where you've gone, "Oh, fuck, this is cool"?
Ian Brown,
Okay,
Stone Roses, Liam Gallagher. He probably won't even remember. Noel Gallagher.
sick.
That was I think that was the meeting them two in the dressing room at Man City,
Yeah.
and probably a bit gutted it never worked out for me, because if I had been really good, they might have wanted to be proper friends with me. Yeah, so them and yeah, probably them, to be honest.
Yeah?
There'd probably be someone else, but yeah,
Yeah.
they're the first
you've
ones
met-
that
you would have
spring
met
to
a lot.
mind. Yeah,
You would have met a lot.
yeah, but they're the first thing that spring to mind. Yeah, and obviously you're a West Ham fan. I was there,
Yeah.
so they're the two teams which it just never went well for me, and just a bit gutted.
Yeah.
'Cause I love West Ham as a football club,
Yeah.
and going in there as well. I think the way it was very family when I was in there as well,
Yeah.
and I was just a bit gutted that didn't go too well either.
Did you ever get any offers overseas?
There was talks of Valencia at some stage.
Oh, really?
But, I don't think I could have. I couldn't learn another language. I struggle with the English language. So I couldn't learn another language. I don't think I'd be able to do it. I tried French at school.
I reckon you would have got a lot of red
red
cards in Spain.
No, I couldn't do it.
Have you been
I'd
to the
take that.
Valencia ground?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I went there. I have. I think I played against Valencia. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did, because I remember playing.
You know what?
Yeah,
I love the fact that like you just don't give a fuck.
Not that I don't
No,
give
you
a fuck.
do,
I
but-
just I was there and I loved it. I just wasn't too fussed about where
You
or
were there for a job.
Yeah. Well,
So-
job, and I enjoyed football. I loved football, but
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't think, I'm here and
So your focus was
people
that.
remember. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I get
Yeah,
it.
like my agent jokes, he would call me and go, "Are you playing today?" And I go, the red and white stripe team, or like, I just can't remember their name. But no, yeah, like mate, I loved it. I just didn't really remember I'd just go, "Oh yeah, we're here today," and I've played there. And you know, I look back at my career, I wouldn't remember the years I scored, or
Yeah.
I'd have to Google how many I scored. Not I scored many, but it's probably 6 or 7 or something like that.
Yeah.
It was. I just lived and just like
Just enjoyed the moment.
Just enjoyed it. Yeah, I guess.
That's good. And you're doing that now.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm excited to see one where this is going to go. And I'm probably going to nag you now. What's the next thing you're going to do? What's the next thing you're going to do?
I'm going to wait till it's on a dotted line because I don't want to jinx it. Do you know what I mean?
you won't jinx it. I think
Yeah.
talking about these things and like
Yeah.
thinking about it, and then when something's happening or when you're doing something, it will just naturally come to you like, oh shit,
Yeah.
maybe I should like try this or do this.
Yeah.
You know? And especially if you do it with like Frankie or something, and it would be things that you can work on
Yeah.
at.
And I've got
home.
to enjoy it. I want to enjoy what
You
I
need
do.
to
So
enjoy
I've got to enjoy what I do.
can't-
That's the main thing for me.
You can't do something that you don't enjoy.
No.
It'll be fucking,
Yeah.
it'd be horrible.
Yeah.
It'd be horrible.
Yeah.
I know because I've done it.
What was it?
It was like just doing like shitty jobs when you're younger.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
just
yeah,
shitty
yeah.
jobs. I'm like, I can't fucking do this.
Yeah, I had a paper round. I hated it.
Oh, fuck that. I did like, do you remember in school when there was, well, it might have been different in your time, work experience. Did you have work experience?
Yeah. I worked at a bike shop.
Oh, really?
And I remember the first day I knocked every bike over like dominoes. Yeah.
I went into an office. It was year 10. And I was like, I'm never fucking working in an office in my life. And I didn't. But I was like, fuck.
It's good that did that for you though,
yeah,
right?
I know. That's exactly why I did it. Ended up in JD Sports when I was 17. I knew all the fucking colour codes to trainers. Air Force 2111, size 9.
Oh, mate, trainers these days, like you can't get them. Like,
Yeah, I see your Jordans.
they're right. Yeah, my mate hooked me up with them.
Are you you're a trainer guy?
No, mate, I wear a lot of Vans trainers, but you know, I remember having a pair of these back in the day, and I thought, I really want a pair. And then I looked online, I was like, what?
Yeah.
What's going on here? And I just, if you want the good sought after trainers, they just seem to disappear. Like people just make money out of it these days.
Well, you got the van. You got that snowboard swag in it. But people know where to find you anyway. But do you want to tell them where they can anyway?
What, find me? I'm in Cobham.
See, this is how we don't care about social media.
Yeah. I don't know. When's this going out?
Don't know. Probably tomorrow, the next day. Actually, before we got.
If it goes out soon, just if I want to say anything, just make sure you vote for my missus to one, stay in the jungle, but to do every single challenge as well.
Okay. Yes. Go
I
on,
want her
then.
doing the challenges.
Do you?
Of course.
Is there anything else you want to add about that? And I'll clip this in and we'll post about it because.
No. Do you know what? I want to because when you're in there, you go to do challenges. As much as she don't want to do the eating one. She already put her hand up yesterday. I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Because she had a choice.
Yeah.
But if you can vote for her to do it, please, I just think it'd be comedy.
Yeah,
I think it'd be funny. And you've got, do you know what? I think she'd do all right because she's stronger than she thinks.
Yep.
And she does impress me with stuff that she doesn't achieve. She wrote a book on her own, no ghostwriter, just sat and wrote it on her own. Like,
oh, sick.
I couldn't write a paragraph. She to me, she should be so proud of herself. And sometimes I don't think she isn't. She doesn't realise what she's achieved. And she's strong. So I think any task she gets put in front of her, she'll do all right. She'd do all right. But the eating one, she would definitely struggle with. So I want to see her eat something.
So let's make sure we vote for her to do all the challenges.
But vote for her to stay in as well, obviously.
Vote for her to stay in.
Yeah.
And make sure she wins.
Yeah. And you can follow me on Instagram if you want, like.
He don't care, but follow him anyway.
Go on Wayne Bridge, yeah.
Exactly.
I know, it's nice if people follow it, isn't it? You get nice comments off people, it's nice.
It is, and it keeps you busy as well, right?
Yeah, and if you write any abuse, I'll probably just unfollow you if I see it. Or not unfollow you, I'll probably just block you.
Yeah.
It's just easier that way.
Yeah, it is just easier.
Yeah.
As a fan, thank you for coming on.
Oh, thanks for having me.
I really
hope it's all right. Do you know what I mean? I think,
But it's great.
Yeah.
This is just
I hope you got kind of what you wanted.
But I just wanted a chat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I think podcasts about. There's no agenda. Like I always write notes just in case, but I never end up using them anyway. So I just end up just fucking. So I just need 2 coffees and a bit of chat. Next time we'll do one with beers and I'll get all the other boys in.
Yeah. I've always said I wanted to do like a soccer Saturday.
Yeah.
But just do it with the lads on YouTube, just getting having a few drinks while we're doing it. Just a more relaxed one.
Just
no
make sure you're
no one wants to do it with me.
Yeah.
They're all getting paid too much money to be on telly.
Too much to do it, yeah. Guys, thank you very much for listening. Make sure you share this. Peace and love, and thank you again for coming on. Boom.